Hi everyone, welcome to this tutorial on using Kami and Google Classroom together. So Google Classroom and Kami work very nicely together, and you can actually create Kami assignments inside of Google Classroom, as well as students can turn in those Kami assignments from Kami. Now, some of those features and some of those annotation things, again, depend on your premium license, but it does integrate well with Google Classroom. So one way to do it is to come over here to Classwork. I'm inside of Google Classroom here, just like you were going to make a normal assignment, and I can hit create. But instead of an assignment, you see that I now have this Kami assignment as an option. Again, I want to make sure that I've got that Kami extension installed, and my students would also need to have the Kami extension installed to be able to use this. So you could have your tech department push those to your kids, or you could have them install that individually if you have your settings open to be able to use Kami, but your students will need to have the Kami extension as well as the teacher. So if I hit a Kami assignment creation there, it's going to allow me, the window is going to look very similar to a normal assignment. I've got my class selected here. I've got my title and my instructions. I can always attach anything that I want. So I want to come in here and I would, again, it's with Kami, so we want a PDF. So it's probably going to ask you, if you haven't before, to have access to your Google Drive so it can find files. But then you can go in and you can navigate your way through and find your PDFs. I'm going to come in here. We'll pull up this one that I've got right here down behind my face. There's a select button. So we'll do that. You see that it's attached this. The default is going to make a copy for each student, which is what we want. We want to give a copy to each student, so each student has their own copy to annotate. We can give directions and instructions, we'll name it. One thing that's really a nice feature, if you haven't used this before, you can check this box right here to send Kami instructions to students if they've never used it before. And it's going to send them this Google Doc, or access to this Google Doc, where it tells them how to be able to access that. So step 1, 2, 3 about installing the extension, opening with Classwork, the same sort of steps that we walked through in these tutorials. I've included the link to this as well inside our lesson for this week. So that's just a nice, helpful little thing there. It also includes then the option to turn it in. So that's one way to do it, is inside of Google Classroom. The other option is you can actually, when you open Kami from the Kami extension button here, so we'll do that. On the Kami homepage, it actually has an option for create a classroom assignment. And so when I click that button, I'm actually going to get the exact same interface as I did inside of Google Classroom. And so that's two ways to create an assignment for students that is a PDF that gives them their own copy. And we'll look at what that looks like on the student end in our next tutorial. But this is from the teacher end, how you can create an assignment that is built specifically for Kami. Thanks.